Hi, it's Perry with PapercraftingThreads. Today I have a trick and a treat for you as I'm sharing how to make a lift and reveal Halloween treat box. I've got two versions for two different shaped treats, so be sure to watch the entire video. Start with a standard piece of cardstock 8.5 inches by 11 inches and cut it to 8.5 inches by 7 inches. Then score the long side at 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches, and 8 inches. Rotate the cardstock 90 degrees and score the short side at 2 inches, 4 inches, and 6 inches. Using the leftover piece of cardstock, cut it down to measure 5 5/8 by 3 3/4 inches. Score down the middle at 1 7/8 inches. Rotate the cardstock 90 degrees and score each end at 1 7/8 inches. Going back to the first piece cut, fold and burnish all score lines in the same direction. Now it's time to cut. Holding the piece with the 1/2 inch score line at the bottom and the 1 inch score line on the right, cut on the top score line over to the second score line as shown. Fold back the tab just cut. Place the piece on a trimmer and cut away everything to the right of the second vertical score line. You can also use your scissors, but if you're making multiples, the trimmer is faster. Miter cut the right 1/2 inch tab and trim away the left 1/2 inch tab. Now, working from right to left, cut on the score line from the edge to the first horizontal score line 3 times. Turn the piece 90 degrees so the flaps are all on the right, and fold back the bottom flap and the second from top flap. It should look like an F with the tail trailing off to the left. Line up the folded edge to the 1 inch mark and slice the 2 remaining flaps in half. Use a corner rounder or your scissors to round the longest flap corners. Lay the piece down so the folds are all valley folds and fold the 2 inch section with the 1/2 inch flap flat. Apply liquid glue to the flap. Fold the long side over to meet the edge. Press and hold while the glue sets. Working from the bottom flaps, fold in the 2 short flaps and add liquid glue. Fold over the back flap. Apply liquid glue to the front flap and fold over, squaring up the bottom as you go. Press the glue bottle to the inside to firmly adhere the bottom flaps. Cut 5 pieces of patterned paper 1 7/8 inches square and 1 piece 7/8 by 1 7/8 inches landscape. I chose the pumpkin pattern from the Celebrate Everything DSP pack, and I used Parakeet Party and Fresh Freesia to color in some of the pumpkins and ghosts. Glue the squares to the sides of the cube and the top flap. Corner round the lower corners of the piece for the flap before adhering. Next, fold and burnish all score lines in the same direction on the remaining piece of cardstock. Holding the piece in landscape position, cut just inside the vertical score line up to the horizontal score line. Repeat on the other side. The center square will be just under 2 inches wide. Fold back the center flap. Line up the folded edge with a 1/2 inch mark and cut. Turn to the top edge and line up the vertical score line on the cutting track and pivot the bottom horizontal score line. Cut on the diagonal. Repeat on the other side. To reduce bulk, miter the 2 small flaps before adding liquid glue. I forgot to do this. Fold the flap in and tuck under the base of the shelf. Repeat on the other side. Apply glue dots to the bottoms of the Hershey's Kisses and arrange on the shelf. Place the cube on its back with the top open. Apply glue to the back of the shelf. Position the shelf on the back lid of the cube, leaving about a 1/16 of an inch clearance on each side. The lift and reveal in action. Tie a length of ribbon around the top edge of the cube to hold the flap in place. A reverse tweezers is a necessity for tying bows. And version 1 is done. For version 2, make the cube and the shelf the same way as version 1. Use an 1/8 of an inch hole punch and punch 2 holes in the base of the shelf. Thread ribbon through the 2 holes, making sure the ribbon lies flat on the bottom of the shelf. Stack 2 Ghirardelli chocolates with the wrapper ends tucked in and tie the ribbon in a bow. Glue the mitered flaps to the bottom of the shelf, just as in version 1. And, just as in the first version, glue the back of the shelf to the back of the lid. Add an adhesive Velcro dot to the flap in front of the cube. And version 2 in action. Find written instructions with measurements and cutting templates over on my blog at... Thanks for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos.